there, Alex here. This is the TA1, a new pair of budget-friendly IEMs from TRN. I know I normally don't talk much about wired earphones here, but I decided to do a quick video about it because, well, I think it would look great on video. But that's just part of the reason. The other reason is because of how much I like the TRN T300, so I thought if the TA1 sounds similar or better, folks who like the T300 might be interested in this. Because as some of you might know, TWS earbuds normally have a limited lifespan due to the batteries inside, and it would be nice to have a wired version that would last a lot longer. Anyway, without further ado, let's dive right in. First of all, like I mentioned earlier, I think the TA1 looks great. The metal shell looks premium and feels quite solid, so no complaints from me here. It comes with a decent looking MMCX cable in the box with preformed ear hooks, and the ear tips are not too bad as well. It doesn't have a super deep insertion, so passive isolation is just okay. They are not as comfortable as the T300 of course, since I have to deal with wires, but it is still pretty okay for me overall. If you change the cable, they can be used with the cable down as well, and I actually find it more comfortable this way. Now on to the fun part. In terms of sound, these are using a hybrid setup, and the 8mm dynamic driver inside seems similar to the one on the T300, but for the BA driver, it's using a single BA from Knowles instead of two generic BA drivers. I'm not really an audiophile, and I haven't really tested that many IEMs, so I'm not going to go super in-depth here. But in general, I think they sound pretty good, and even though it's not exactly the same tuning as the T300, it's similar enough. Bass doesn't reach that deep, but still has a nice presence in the mix when the track calls for it. It has a bit less bass compared to the T300, so it's definitely not for bass heads, but it has decent enough details and sounds well controlled. Mids is the highlight for me here. Like the T300, it is forward in the mix and has a nice fullness to them, so both male and female vocals sound great to me. Upper mids is a little more elevated compared to the T300, so brighter vocals sound a little more airy, but it's not too elevated to the point where it sounds shouty. As someone who listens to a lot of songs with brighter vocals, it's just nice for my taste. Treble is present but quite polite. It doesn't sound sibilant or piercing to me at all, which makes it really comfortable to listen to, but folks looking for sparkly highs might find it a bit lacking. Detail retrieval, soundstage and imaging are all pretty decent for its price point. I think there is a bit of nice layering between the bass, mids and treble as well, and nothing sounds too off when it comes to the timbre and tonality to me. Like with most audio gear, it's really a matter of preference. If you're looking for something more analytical, something with more bass and treble, this is probably not for you. But if you like vocals to be front and center, I think the full sounding vocals on these are very enjoyable to listen to. I actually like this more than the Blonde BL03, which is another great budget option. It has less mid-bass bump, which makes the lower mids sound cleaner, and it has fuller sounding mids. It's a little pricier compared to the BL03 of course, but I think it's still great value for money, especially when you consider the entire package. I like the overall tuning, it's using a Knowles BA driver, it has a premium design, the cable is decent, and it works well out of the box. So if you like this type of tuning, or you're looking for something different from the usual Tri-Fi V-shaped tuning, the TA1 is definitely worth a look. Thanks for watching this video, and see you guys on the next one.